Good Saturday morning, my friends. We are out doing the chickens, and do you see what we are wearing? Oh, you can't see Doug. You see this? See what he's wearing? Yes, hoodies. Yeah. It went from 90 to like 50 overnight the other day. We had a little heat wave, and then all of a sudden fall hit, and boom, the fall weather came in, bordering on winter, I may say. So it's quite chilly this morning. I'm not ready for this. You know I'm a summer girl. I do love a change of seasons. I do, but I love summer the most. So we are going to take care of these chickens and go back in and get under a blanket because it's cold. Okay, after a little bit of a lazy morning, well, not lazy. Doug was doing homework, lying in bed. I was filming a review video and editing that. We were finally eating our breakfast. So I have 4 pieces of center cut bacon. I have to look up the points and I think it's 4 points. I have to look up the points and the calories. And then I have an Olay omelet. It's just 2 eggs, green peppers, chili peppers, 1/4 ounce of cheese. So that's 1 Weight Watcher point for me. And then salsa on top. So the omelet is just 1 point. And the bacon is probably about 4 or 5. I'm not sure yet, but I'll try to remember to put it on the screen. So I'm going to go enjoy that. Okay, Doug's back doing homework. I am going to get working on this bone broth. This is bone broth that I had in the Instant Pot the other day, and I ended up getting 8 cups. I put it in the fridge, usually just overnight, but it's been there for a couple days. And as you can see, all of the fat rises to the top. So I am just going to skim that fat off and toss it. And then I'm going to heat up the broth because you need to have hot broth in hot jars to pressure can it. So that is what I am going to work on right now. And I never did get my floors done the other day, so I am going to work on sweeping and mopping my floors, because when you cook as much as I do, your floors get nasty, especially the kitchen. So that's the nice thing about the canner. It will do everything on its own pretty much while I get other stuff done. So then I think I'm going to go out and mow the lawn. So trying to get a lot done today. Okay, my broth is in the canner. So that was quick and easy. And now I am... What am I making? What am I making? Yep, I'm making a candle. My beeswax candle was pretty much down to nothing. And I just love having a candle burning, but since we've gone fragrance free, I don't burn like any of the commercial candles. I don't burn like the Yankee candles or anything. I just make a beeswax candle. So I just have beeswax and coconut oil in here. And I probably have too much. I'm just melting it down in my double boiler. And once it's all melted, I'll let it cool just a little bit. I'll add my essential oils. And then I will pour it in here and let it harden. And in about 12 hours or so, it'll be ready to light. So I'll wait until tomorrow probably to light it. I'm going to go look up. I found a bunch of oil combinations for like a pretty fall scent. So I'm going to go look those up and get my oils ready. So I am ready to go when this is completely melted. Okay, my wax is melted and I let it cool a little bit. So now I'm just going to add some essential oils to make a fall blend. First thing I'm going to add is cypress. I'm going to add 9 drops of cypress. Then I'm going to add 8 drops of fir needle. Then I'm going to add 6 drops of cedar wood. And lastly, I'm going to add 4 drops of orange. I'm going to give that a good mix. then let's see if I can adjust you here. I am just going to pour it into it. Ooh. I should have put pencils between this and I did not. Oh, almost enough. It looked like so much, but it's actually not quite enough because I like to fill it up pretty high. So I think I'm going to add in a little bit more beeswax. I'm just going to use 2 knives to hold that wick up, just like that. And I'm going to melt just a little more beeswax. Okay, there is my candle. I can take these off now. So, like I said, it's just going to cure overnight. It's still very soft. And then I'll trim the wick and I'll have a beautiful candle. I'm going to give it a smell. Very nice. I mean, it's not a strong scent like a Yankee candle or something would be, but it's enough. And, you know, I just feel better about it for us. Now it is time. I just got changed. Now it is time to go outside and mow the lawn. So Doug's going to weed whack the back while I mow the front. And then he said he's going to do the back. I don't know. He's got this hang up about me mowing the lawn. He just feels that it's his job. And, you know, I kind of like to mow the lawn. I get some exercise and I don't mind doing it. But I don't know. Men can't figure them out. So I'm going to go do that and then see what's next on the list. Okay, lawn is mowed. Everything is cleaned up. Garden is picked. Oh my goodness, look at this. It is still harvest season in New Jersey, my friends. This bowl is just huge. We are going, I just feel so blessed. We have 10 bags of tomatoes in the freezer plus all this. So we will be filling our bellies this winter with beautiful tomato sauce and delicious tomato soup. I am so excited. Yeah, so it was a good harvest. Now I am going to make dinner because tonight our besties are coming and we are going to play some dominoes. So I'm excited about that. Normally I would make some snacks or dessert or something, but our besties are on the EM2. Is that what it's called? EM2? E2M, EM2 diet. So no one is going to get tempted in this house tonight. We will have unsweetened iced tea. We will have black tea and coffee. And we'll have a great time playing dominoes because it's really not about the food. It's about the friendship. It's about the fellowship. And it's about the fun. So that's what we are focusing on tonight. So we are going to eat our dinner now, get ready for church. And I need to deal with all this and find it a home. So, yeah. Okay, sitting down to dinner, I am having the leftover stuffed cabbage soup. I'm having a serving and a half because that's what was in the bowl, and I just didn't feel like leaving a half a serving in there. And this will probably be it for the day. Just have some tea tonight, so that fits in perfectly. Doug is, I'm also going to have half of a piece of bread from the other day. I'm just toasting it up. Doug is having the leftover chili from the other day and some chips and cheese. We are all cleaned up and off to church. We both have ministries tonight. I am ushering and Doug is lecturing, meaning he will get up and read the reading from the Old Testament. You just read your one, right?
As far as I know.
We usually have 2 readers. The reader that reads the reading from the Old Testament and the reader that reads the reading from the New Testament. So anyway, after that, we need to go home and straighten up the kitchen because the harvest I showed you is all over the counter. I want to get that controlled. I want to get at least half those tomatoes in the freezer. And I want to make a big bag of the grape and cherry tomatoes up for Jeff and Krista so I can give them that tonight. It is salad week for them on their E2M diet. EM2, E2M. I keep thinking of Jeff's company name, So that's why I'm getting confused with the diet. It's salad week for them, so they have to have, like, I think Krista said salads for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner all week. So I want to give her a big bag of cherry tomatoes to take home with her tonight. Yeah, just get straightened up and get some iced tea made. Get some hot tea brewed for Krista and I, and looking forward to a really fun night of games with our besties. Got anything to say? Any words of wisdom?
I'm fresh out of wisdom.
Fresh out of wisdom. So our kids think we're old. Why are we old? Why are we old?
Because we're playing dominoes.
On a Saturday night, we are playing dominoes in our jammies. It's okay. We're allowed to be old. It's fun. Good Sunday morning, my friends. I never closed out last night. I had every intention of, and it was so late when Jeff and Krista left, and we just went to bed. We were exhausted. We had so much fun. So much fun. Doug was the big winner. Yeah, he won. He couldn't be stopped last night. Krista was the biggest loser. I was in the middle. Jeff was in the middle. We had such a good time. Such a good time. I'm picking up today, right where I started yesterday, taking care of the chickens. But I am in the house filling their waterers. Why? Because we have a leak, a pipe leak. Friday night, I was over Stacy's helping her and her girlfriends with the apartment. And Doug was home. He helped her all day. Actually, he vlogged a little bit. I'll insert that clip right here.
Okay, this is a guest appearance vlog. Today we are helping Stacy, Joan's niece Stacy, move out of her storage unit. We've got a truck, we've got another truck, we've got another truck, we've got my van, and we're all gonna move over to her, oh, and there's a car over here too. Move her stuff to her new apartment. Guest vlog number 2, let the unpacking begin.
So he helped her move on Friday. I couldn't because I had the babies. But Friday night I went over and to help like organize our kitchen and things like that. Anyway, Doug was here doing his homework and he went down the basement for something. And he went down and he's like, I hear water. He heard this like hissing sound. He looked up in the corner, the back corner of the house where our one faucet spigot hose comes in. The copper pipe had pinholes in it and was spraying all over the place. Thank goodness. That's back in my craft area. Thank goodness I keep everything in plastic totes. Nothing got ruined, but he had to shut off the water. And luckily, we have a water shut off just for there. So we didn't have to shut off the water for the whole house. So he didn't have to run out to Home Depot at 8 o'clock Friday night. We got the parts yesterday and he's going to fix it today. So we can't use that hose. So I'm in the house filling all the chicken butterers, and we have 4 of them. So, yeah. It's always something, my friends, isn't it? Always something. I am just so thankful and grateful that Doug is handy and able to fix it. We don't have to call a plumber or anything. So I'm going to go get these chickens up, and I'll be back. Okay, girls are out and happy to be out. Plans for today. Doug's got homework. Shocking, right? So he's going to work on that. He's got lots of chapters to read and he has a paper to write. I am going to do something with all those. Probably just put them in the freezer. I need to see exactly what I have in the freezer because I've got bags in like every different freezer. So I need to figure out how many I have and decide what I'm going to do with them. And maybe if I have enough, I don't know, we'll see. I'm trying to decide if I want to start something today or not. I have to go over my sister's around 4:30. She lives about 20 minutes away. She used to live 3 minutes away. Now she lives 20 minutes away. I have to feed her dog and take him for a walk. They're up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania today. So I've just got to go do that. Just once today. She has somebody else doing it earlier. Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of a lazy weekend around here. I mean, not lazy for Doug. He's been working on his homework, and he's got to fix the spigot today. He'll do that at some point. I am so excited because, you know, I've said before, we don't really watch a lot of TV. I watch Survivor, which has started. I have been watching Survivor for 43 seasons. That started, so I caught that the other night. Usually it comes on Wednesday nights. Usually I record it, I DVR it, and I watch it on Thursday nights because Doug doesn't watch it anymore. So I watch it while he's at school, while I'm working on my website. So that's been working out. But I just found out that the new season of The Great British Baking Show is out on Netflix. They release an episode every Friday night. So now there's 2 episodes out. We are trying to find time to catch up on that, to watch that. But, you know, it's hard. It's hard finding the time to sit down and dedicate an hour to watching TV. So, and that we watch together. That's what I should say. It's hard finding the time to do it together. So I'm hoping that maybe this morning we can just watch 1 episode. And then last night, Jeff and Krista told us that there is a Great British Baking Show Junior on Netflix. So I got to watch that. I don't know if Doug cares about that one or not. So that one I might watch on my own. So I don't know. I'm going to try to convince him now if he has an hour, if we can watch 1 episode this morning while we're drinking our tea and coffee. Unless he wants to get some of his reading done for school. So, I don't know. We'll see. But whatever I decide to do today, I will bring you along. Like I said, it's really a boring weekend. I probably shouldn't have even vlogged, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do some canning. Maybe I don't know. Last night, so, you know, I had my breakfast, and then we had, like, dinner. I had that bowl of soup and a piece of bread. Absolutely delicious. But I got to tell you, by 10:30 last night, I was starving. I was so hungry. And like I said, Jeff and Krista are on that EM to E2M diet. So, like, I knew not to put snacks out, not to anything. Oh, I made that whole bag of tomatoes up for them, and they're not allowed to have tomatoes next week. So, I don't know if they're not allowed to have tomatoes the whole time. Maybe a tomato is considered a fruit because I know they're not allowed to have fruit. But I was like, oh, man, you said it was salad week. I was so excited to give you tomatoes. So I sent them home with eggs instead because they do eat a lot of eggs on it. I honestly really haven't looked into it, so I'm not really sure how it works or anything. But I was a little bit bummed that I couldn't share tomatoes with them. Where was I going with that? Oh, so, like, you know, last night we just had unsweetened iced tea while we were playing. But I was so hungry. And by the time they left, I'm like, I am never going to be able to sleep. My stomach was growling so loud, and it was actually burning. And I forgot to show you. I did have, like, a half a cup of yogurt. Just my homemade yogurt, plain yogurt. And I put a tablespoon of my strawberry jam in there, which is 0 points also. And I put a couple tablespoons of granola. So that was 3 points for the granola. It hit the spot. I slept so good last night. And I know that if I didn't have that, I generally don't like eating that late at night. But I knew if I didn't eat something, I was going to. Yeah, so I did have a little yogurt bowl last night. That's about it. So I'm going to go. I hear the coffee and tea getting done. I'm going to go take care of that. Not going to eat for a little bit. We usually eat a little bit later on Sundays, so catch up with you in a bit. Well, friends, you know what they say. We make plans, and God laughs. Our day started off beautifully. We had a lazy morning. We laid on the couch and watched the first episode of the Great British Baking Show for this season. It was wonderful. And then Doug got up to go upstairs and start his homework while I was going to make a beautiful breakfast of Eggs Benedict. I went down the basement. I already told you about the pipe yesterday. I went down the basement, opened the freezer to get out some Canadian bacon. The Canadian bacon was in the door of the freezer. And you know it's thin and all. It was pretty much thawed out. But it was thawed out. So then I start poking other stuff, the bacon in the door. It was still frozen, but not very frozen. Started poking some of the meat. You can tell it's just starting to, it's still frozen. It'll be fine, but it's starting to thaw out. There's something wrong with our freezer. Our freezer is somewhere between 16 and 19 years old. I'm really not sure. We decided it's probably not worth getting fixed because it's probably going to, I mean, we just had our oven fixed and that was $350. This freezer is going to be at least that much, if not more. So we decided to replace it. Well, good luck finding an upright freezer. I prefer to go somewhere local. Everything's closed today. And you look at their websites and it says, we can't really say, yes, things are going to be available. So I said, let's just look at Lowe's. Found one at Lowe's, loved it, delivery tomorrow, perfect. We're upgrading a little bit. It's a little bit bigger than what we have now. You go to check out, it says delivery on Thursday. So I did the little chat thing to see if maybe they could expedite it. I'd be willing to pay a fee, whatever. The guy said, he goes, that's not even in stock. He said, you're going to check out and then tomorrow you're going to get an email saying, oh, by the way, that's unavailable. Who knows when we'll deliver it. What the what? That's not how you do business. He's like, yeah, it's pretty much like that with all of them. I'm like, oh my gosh. So Doug, who's supposed to be doing homework, is now frantically on his laptop. I'm on my laptop. We found one at a scratch and dent place. I didn't even know this place existed. It used to be a Sears appliance and now it's American Freight or something. It's like a scratch and dent. They have one new in the box, but it's $250 more. It's down in my basement. I don't care that there's a dent in the front. I don't. It works. She plugged it in. We called to make sure it was really available. And she's like, it is. She goes, but I'm going to tell you there is somebody here looking at it. I'm like, you're kidding. I'm like, can I pay right now over the phone and it'll be ours? She said, yeah, do you have to pay online? She said, and she goes, the person did walk away. I'm like, well, I'm not taking any chances. So we paid for it online. It's ours. Now we just have to go pick it up. We were going to have it delivered, but they don't have free delivery and delivery was going to be quite pricey. So our besties are going, well, Jeff and Doug are going to go. They have a trailer. Well, they don't have a trailer. Their nephew has a trailer, but they have a big Tahoe with a hitch. So we're going to take the flatbed trailer and we're going to bring this baby home. Now my fear is that it's not going to fit down the steps. Doug measured. I'm nervous. We have to clear out everything out of the cellarway. And I have those shelves. You've seen those with all my appliances that I use all the time on there. All that has to come out. The shelves have to come down. So I have a lot of work to do. A lot. And so does Doug. So we're just waiting on Jeff and Krista to call back as for a time. So we are getting some food in our gut because we are very, very hungry. Like I said, it's been since yesterday at 3 o'clock since Doug ate. I did have that yogurt last night. So I'm not quite as bad, but I'm hungry. So we're going to eat this and we are going to get moving, my friends. Always an adventure. So I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to show you my not Eggs Benedict breakfast because I needed something really, really quick this morning. It's okay. Life is good. Okay, breakfast is going to be a breakfast sandwich. I made the sourdough English muffins on Friday. It's wonderful to have those back in the freezer, but I do want to get another batch made. I like having them a little bit ahead. So it is one of my sourdough English muffins for 3 Weight Watcher points. I forget the calories, 152 maybe. 1 egg with a 1/4 ounce of raw milk cheddar cheese, 2 slices of Canadian bacon. That is 1, 2, 5 points for the sandwich, and then I have a pile of Tuscan cantaloupe here for 0 points. And of course tea. So that is my breakfast. I am going to stuff it in my gut and get moving. Well, there it is. That was the easy part. Now the hard part is going to be getting it in there. The harder part is going to be getting it down the steps. Please pray for me, folks. I just hope this goes well. The 2 studs of Gibbstown are making this look very easy.
Guess what?
Uh-oh.
No, we made it. Okay. I was like, oh, I think we might have to...
If I have to take the handrail off, I will. Watch my floor.
Whoops, hold on. I gotta tilt. Either we gotta kick the bottom in.
Oh yeah, we're at the
Yeah, so kick it back more towards the top. I got the bottom.
Okay, I'm good.
Slide it out.
Oh my.
A little foot there.
Pivot!
Same as before.
If you watch Friends, you get the reference. They don't even have to be extremely careful because we did buy a scratch and dent, so you know. There are some scratches on the front door, but it's not bad at all.
Okay, we're down.
All right.
And like I said, it's in a basement, so who cares?
You're back right? You're not.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Okay, the new one came in with ease because, like I said, my hunks of Gibbstown. The old one is getting a little bit tougher to go out, but I think they've got it. It's just the way our steps are. Like, they're so pretty, our upstairs steps.
You're gonna be able to turn it?
But, you know, the basement steps are the same way, and it really makes for a hard getting stuff in and out of here. So, let me tell you, the new freezer is huge compared to this old one. I didn't think like 5 cubic feet would make that big of a difference, but like it is. You can see that one's like about the size of Jeff. This one is
Lean it towards you. Yep. Let me know when you're ready.
huge. So I am super excited. Okay, so this day really isn't going as planned. I think Doug got the outside spigot fixed.
Yes, yeah. My timer stuff isn't set right because it keeps on leaking, but I don't worry about that. The hose is working. Everything else is fine.
Good.
We're good.
So now I'm going to throw some clothes on and do something with this mop and run out to the Dollar Tree because this freezer is very different from our old one. It is larger by 5 cubic foot, but it's not as deep. So like some of the baskets and bins that I had to separate certain cuts of meat are not fitting. So I'm gonna run out to the Dollar Tree and see what I can find and go from there. I just noticed I broke another nail. This nail job was not good this time. I've had a couple chips and cracks and breaks. It's not cool. So it looks like I'll have to go much earlier than I intended to. But squirrel, I am going to throw some clothes on that I can be seen in public in. And maybe, I don't really feel like putting makeup on. I don't know. Gonna make myself presentable so I don't scare anyone. And I'm gonna run down to the DT to see if I can get these baskets. This way it's good anyway because the door on the freezer's shut and it's allowing it to get cold. So I'm just so grateful that we did not lose all this meat, friends. Oh my God, that would have been a disaster. I'm glad we discovered it. I'm glad we were able to fix it. I am feeling so blessed that we were able to go out and get a freezer and all that. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I am beyond grateful that we got everything done because it is pouring down rain. Pouring. DT didn't have the kind of baskets I wanted. So I need to go to a different DT. I'll do that when I go take care of my sister's dog. I have to go over there between 4:30 and 5. So I'll hit a DT on the way there and maybe they'll have what I want. I bought some things, but I don't think I'm gonna like them. When I'm done, I'll show you what it looks like. Hopefully it'll get done today. We'll see, because I still have all that to put away. I still have to hang the shelves back up and all that, so it's gonna be a day, my friends. Okay, at my sister's and taking old man Lido for a walk. We fed him, now we're walking him, then we'll go home.
Very slowly.
Very slowly. I'm so used to Aria. Lido is a very old man. Come on, Lido. And he's deaf, and he's going blind. So it's a whole lot different than walking Aria, but that's okay. I don't think this is going to be a very long walk because he loves to walk usually, but he's out, you know, it's us, it's not his mommy, so who knows. But anyway, that's what we're doing. Okay, guys, got dinner on the table. We are having Dijon pork chops. Just those little potatoes I get from Costco. I just boiled them, and some broccoli. 4 points for the pork chop and gravy. 2 points for the butter on the potatoes. 0 for the potatoes on my personal points, and 0 for the broccoli. Have to figure out the calories. Haven't done that yet. So that is my dinner tonight. Okay, order is restored. I did get the stairwell put back together. Got it a little cleaned out. This is just kind of stuff that we use often that I don't have room for in my kitchen, and I don't want to put all the way down the basement. We have our weights here that we use every single day, our yoga / exercise mats, Aria's food, grilling tools, exercise bands, and then cleaning equipment, my Norwex dusters, my broom, my little shark vac, my Norwex mop. Then on the top shelf, I've got my onions, my potatoes, my sweet potatoes, and my little creamy potatoes and Doug's work hats. My Instant Pot, and I just put this little basket here with all my Instant Pot inserts and stuff in it. Air fryer, essential oils, French fry cutter, and immersion blender. So stuff that we use, I mean, like, honestly, the essential oils are used every single day. These are used pretty much every single day. The air fryer and the Instant Pot several times a week. So it just makes it really easy. And our basement's not finished, so it's not like people are going down into a beautiful area. We have this on the wall. This is just for little things that need to make their way down the basement that we don't want to, like, carry down all the time. So that's what that's for. Oh, and my clothespins. So that is it. That is what I did. I'm going to show you the freezer. And then I'm going to clean up my kitchen. Okay, here's the new freezer. It is massive. It is huge. We got such a good deal on it because it is a scratch and dent. As you can see right here. There's the dent. There's the scratch. You know what? It's in my unfinished basement. I don't care. So I took time to clean this out. I've got, this is the top shelf is our chicken shelf. This is all of my chicken breasts in this basket. This basket is ground turkey and any like thing else. Really, there's not a whole lot of, none of my whole chickens are in here. They're all in the deep freezer. Our homegrown chickens, because there just isn't room in here for all those full birds. This is beef. This is all ground beef. This is all steak tips, stew meat, and some roasts. And then I've got a London broil stuck in between. This shelf's supposed to be seafood, but we also have beef that's in the blue. These are all steaks. And then I've got my seafood in here, my salmon, my cod, and my shrimp in that basket. I don't have cute baskets for the pork yet because they only had 3 colors. I don't know what I'm going to do there. We'll see. But this is pork chops. This is ham products, Canadian bacon, ham loaf mix. And then this, except for the ribs, is all sausage. Then on the bottom is just kind of miscellaneous. You know, you've been hearing me talk about all these tomatoes that I have bagged and frozen. So here's most of those in here in gallon bags, waiting to be turned into something delicious. And then I've got our sandwich buns that I make and keep in the freezer for when we need a quick sandwich. Some chicken broth before I started canning it, and a few other little things. So that is our new freezer. Oh, and in the door, we've got bacon. We've got some cooked chicken products here. Some butter here. This is just baking butter, mostly not eating butter. And then all these are ice packs and some frozen buttermilk. So I think it's pretty organized and pretty good. I do have my, where is it? Inventory sheet that I need to tape up here. So there's that. I have some serious cleaning to do down the basement from where we had the leak. Everything is pulled out. My niece still has some stuff down the basement. So I just need to organize that a little bit. It was very organized, but then when she moved in or moved out, some stuff went, some stuff didn't. We were rifling through it. The boys still have a few things down there. So I need to get down there. I'm hoping to do that this week while the babies are sleeping. That's my plan during nap time. I have pretty easy dinners this week. I'm not going to be canning this week. The tomatoes will hold. They will wait. And I don't have more apples and pears yet. So that's going to go on hold. I'm going to work on that basement this week. That is priority. I really want to get it done before Thursday because my Azure order comes in on Thursday. And I need to be able to get to my pantry shelves because I bought a lot of stuff. So I need to be able to get to there. So that is the goal for the week, my friends, is to work my booty off down there, which is great because it burns calories. It gets my heart rate up. And it's also just a really good feeling, like to be organized. And you know I don't like chaos. And right now my basement is pure and utter chaos. So, yeah. But, oh, I know what else I forgot to tell you. Hold on, let me take these out. So, you know, I was lamenting over the whole, oh my gosh, you know, we had, bad light. We had, we had to replace the freezer and the pipe broke. What I neglected to tell you was last week, if you remember, I mentioned having some trouble uploading a few times. All of a sudden, my phone will not talk to my computer. I record on my phone. I do not have a fancy camera. YouTube is not my job. So I try to keep things pretty minimal when it comes to YouTube. You know, I record on my phone. I upload to my regular old laptop that I have. Well, it stopped uploading. I was on the phone with Apple. I have an iPhone, but I have a PC laptop. I was on the phone with Apple for 2 hours. The weird thing is, videos from Doug's phone or my phone will not, wait a minute, let me see if I remember this. Doug's phone will upload to his computer and my computer. My phone will not upload to any computer. So Doug's or my computer. So we're pretty sure it's a phone issue with me because everything else works. So I was on the phone for 2 hours with Apple the other day. They were phenomenal trying to help me. They tried everything. They were great. I have nothing bad to say about them. We could not figure out what was wrong. We could not figure it out. So we did everything you could think of. So the guy gave me a workaround. I did 2 videos like that and was losing my mind because it takes long enough anyway. I know it doesn't seem like it does, but it does. It takes a while. So I was losing my mind. I was like, can't do this. So Doug's like, you have been talking about buying a new laptop, a Mac, to make your YouTube life easier for a long time. He said, why don't you do it? I hemmed and I hawed and I hemmed and I hawed. Then I found one for a fantastic price. It was $500 off. So we pulled the trigger. Can I tell you, oh my goodness. It is so easy now. Literally, I record on my phone and it shows up on my computer. I mean, I still have to edit and everything, but I don't have to do the transfer. And that's what would take forever. And then there would be problems. And I'm still learning how to use a Mac. And I'm only using it for YouTube. I'm not using it for anything else right now. Just YouTube, because all my other stuff is very Windows based. So that was another thing that broke this week, or kind of broke. So it's just been a week. I am not complaining, my friends. I would never ever complain about that. There are so many people that have real problems in the world. These are first world problems for me. Totally first world problems. Sometimes you just feel like, ah, you know? So please don't think I'm complaining, because I am certainly not. I said to someone tonight, I said to a dear online friend, I said, you know what? I am just so grateful that we have the means and the knowledge to be able to fix things. You know, Doug was able to fix that pipe himself. We did not have to call a plumber and pay a lot of money. He was able to fix it himself. You know, the freezer. I thank God we had the money to replace the freezer, because we would have lost all that meat. I thank God that we had the friends willing to help us move said freezer to our house and get rid of the old one. You know, I thank God I was able to get a computer so I could continue YouTube, because I seriously thought, I told Kim, I'm like, I may have to quit YouTube because it's not working. Like, there's nothing I can do. I may have to quit YouTube. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful for YouTube, because YouTube enabled me to buy that computer. You know, I don't make a lot of money on YouTube. I can't make enough to live on. But, you know, it does help with the things like that come up like this. So that leads me to say I appreciate all of you, because without you guys subscribing and liking and commenting and watching, there wouldn't be a JPP, because... So you guys have no idea how much you help me. So I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. So that being said, I'm done. I'm tired. And it's going to be a very busy week. My daycare schedule's a little wonky this week. A couple difficult days in there. Just busy days, not difficult. And trying to think what else. I have a couple appointments I need to be at this week, and a couple of meetings this week, and poor Doug is so stressed with homework and everything, so please pray for him. He's got a his theology class this semester is really, really hard, and it's a lot of work, so yeah, so it'll be great. It'll be a good week. Andrew's birthday is Tuesday. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to see him on Tuesday. I don't know when we're going to be able to see him for his birthday, so I can't wait for that. So we can spend some time and celebrate with him, and it's good. It's all good. It's all good. So thanks, my friends, again, if you made it this long with so much yapping this weekend, so much chatting. But it is what I do. So next weekend... Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot going on. Doug will be probably working on it. He has a big paper due in about 10 days. So he will probably be working on that all weekend. And I will be puttering, hopefully doing some canning, because it's what I love. A couple new bread recipes I want to try this week. I want to try making rye bread. So I may bring you along for that. And I started... My plan today was to film my points versus calories video, and all heck broke loose. Didn't get that done. It's coming, I promise. So anyway, I've chit-chatted long enough. I see this time and can't believe I've been talking to you this long, so I am going to. And I will say goodbye, and I will see you all on my next video. If I can turn off the camera.